Bonsoir, Julien Beth Besai. Good evening to you, viewers. Welcome to join us in this edition of the 8 p.m. bilingual newscast on Equinox Television. Less than 12 hours to the start of the 2019-2020 academic year, pupils and students all over Cameroon are mobilizing to begin the journey to school, while those in the 8 regional French-speaking regions of Cameroon are said doubts are still raised if schools will resume effectively in the northwest and southwest regions of the country, where insecurity prevails and conflicts between pro-independence fighters and the military. We'll be getting a reaction of a politician, what he thinks about resumption in the northwest and southwest regions of the country amid rising insecurity. We'll equally take you to Boya, precisely in the Fako division, where administrative authorities are taking measures to ensure that schools resume effectively. Mayor Patrick Ekema on his part says he will create a temporary office at the My 17 bus station to see who will come to put up school resumption in the Fako division. And equally will take you to Manjak, that's a locality in the Seka chief town of the central region of the country that is hosting a secondary school. I will present to you the dilapidated nature of the school that's equally covered by wide bushes. Few hours to school resumption. More in this edition of the newscast. Bonsoir, info de plus, Julien Beth, and once more, good evening to you viewers. Thanks for staying with us for the second segment of the newscast. We told you in the headlines how in less than 12 hours, schools will resume across Cameroon for the 2019-2020 academic year, and why there is a joint mobilization and call for schools to resume in the west, northwest, and southwest regions of the country. Local government authorities in the 2 English-speaking regions are equally mobilizing to ensure that schools resume effectively in the northwest and southwest regions, and in the Fako division of the southwest region, authorities are as well mobilizing, with Mayor Patrick Ekema of the Boya Council taking a stiff precautionary measure. He says he will create a temporary office at the My 17 bus station to see who will come to disrupt schools in the southwest region. More in this report compiled by Derek Jato.
Municipal authorities are closing pages of their holidays activities and revealing their master plan for effective school resumption come Monday, September 2nd, 2019 in their various municipalities. In Boya, Mayor Ekema Patrick Esonge told the press that he will create a makeshift office here at this Mile 17 bus station.
Everybody has to go back to school. We shall accompany them on Monday. On Monday, I will make a provision, a makeshift office at Mile 17, which is the gateway to the city, to ensure that if any child has to go through any torture, any unwanted threat, you should start with me as a father of the municipality. I'm sending a message.
He was talking at a ceremony in his office to pay these youth for assisting the Boya Council in cleaning the municipality, among others. In Tiko subdivision, Mayor Mukondo Daniel Ngande started his day with farmers by donating some palm seedlings.
Okay, my brother, you too, you take this, because this will be a wonderful source of livelihood to you, your society, and your entire family. Thank you.
And then gave each youth here a tree to plant.
You just watched us now doing tree planting exercise, which we have carried out in the whole municipality. This is the third time we are carrying out such an exercise. With this one, we are carrying it out with Abundant Green Africa. We're trying to make the municipality green.
He will later pay these other youth for their services rendered to the Tiko Council these holidays.
This is a back to school period. They should know that school is a very important thing. That is why we are giving them this small assistance. They too, with the small means that they have, they should push up and lift up what we give the children and make sure that they are back in school.
Mayor Mukondo Daniel Ngande, mayor of the Tico Council plus the school-going Tico population, ended their day with the football finals of this Tico Council tournament.
While authorities are mounting pressure and equally strategizing on effective resumption of schools in the two English-speaking regions of the country, a politician believes that with the current situation, rising insecurity, there's the armed battle between pro-independence fighters and the military makes it inconvenient for schools or for pupils and students to resume schools come September the 2nd, that's Monday, 2019 for the academic year. Take a listen to a politician, Dr. Nick Ngoyam, who was speaking to Equinox Television.
I would like that all those governors and ministers going back to the province and asking children to go to school, they should not go around with the military. They should just go on their own in there to show us that it's okay for children to go to school, because we will not have military running around trying to protect children from going to school. If they can just do that and go out there without the military, without using armored cars, then we will believe, of course, that it's easy for children to go to school. And these other ministers too, who are asking that children should go to school, you know, as a sign that they are convinced that it's okay for children to go to school, they should carry their own family and children from Yaoundé and all the other places where they are hiding them and bring them back to the regions. And when their children are going to school, it will be easier for everyone to go to school. That's the acid test. And sending ministers and prime minister and the parliamentarians and meaningful people in government and governors to go on the field to coerce children and ask them to go to school, then there must be something wrong. And it is that something that is wrong that we are not wishing to look at. That's where the problem is. And therefore, this truth we are seeking lies there.
And the insecurity, the continuous armed battle in the northwest and southwest regions of the country has caused most parents to flee alongside their children to enroll them in receiving cities like Bafoussam, Yaoundé, and equally Douala. While here in the Littoral region, our reporters equally spoke to some parents who say it is completely difficult for them to have their children enrolled in educational establishments, saying governments needs to intervene in order for the internally displaced to pursue their fundamental rights to education, for them to be enrolled in various schools. Take a listen to some of them as we were speaking to our reporters.
It has been a tough time for me because I'm an English-speaking Cameroonian. We have difficulties to send our children to school, but it's our duty to send our children to school. We have about 14 to 15 people that are displaced people that are living with us, and we find it very difficult. When we go to register them, most of the schools, they will tell us the children are not up to the level of the same classes they are supposed to go in for. So we have to take some of the children back to the other classes. We even take some of them back to the other classes. It becomes difficult for us to, like the parents, to pay the fee. And actually we want the government to do something for us because it has been a tough time for us, the English-speaking Cameroonians. We want things to become, in a way, we have like equal ways to do things. We have want the government to take some subvention from us, the English Cameroonians, which are like in Douala here, because it has been very, very tough. We have so many families that have been displaced and they have met us. Our homes, we can't eat good square meal. And the displaced ones, we need to buy uniforms, we need to buy dresses, we need to buy books. And the fee here in Douala is very, very, very costly.
And tomorrow is the due day, but Manjak Secondary School in Seka, chief town of the Nyong and Kele division of the Central region, is yet to show any sign of school resumption, and the school is buried in the bush. It lacks good roads and the infrastructures are equally dilapidated. Lack of toilets, potable water, and equally teachers makes it uncertain if classes will resume tomorrow. More in the following report. The way to Manjak Secondary School, 16 kilometers from Eseka, chief town of the Nyong and Kele division of the Central region. Few hours to the start of the teaching and learning processes for the 2019-20 academic year. The school environment is governed by white grass. Created in 2001, it is only in 2017 that this school went operational, hosting first batch of learners, impacted knowledge by voluntary teachers. It is thanks to the locals who mobilized and gathered funds to pay voluntary teachers after the government failed to recruit qualified teachers and school authorities. These voluntary teachers, the parents attest, have produced tremendous and satisfactory results. They thought the good results will instigate governments to send qualified teachers and school heads to assist the voluntary teachers, but never.
2 années de bons résultats, zéro changement de la part de l'État.
They felt embarrassed by this.
Le personnel administratif a refusé manifestement d'enseigner.
The director of the secondary school and the discipline master, who are the sole persons posted in this school by government, live far away from the institution, abandoning it to voluntary teachers and parents of the learners. While the academic year is here, the voluntary teachers threaten to leave because of poor pay.
Parce que ce qu'on leur donne comme remerciement, un petit paquet, est en deçà de leur espoir.
Away from lack of qualified teachers, the Manjak Secondary School as well lacks toilets to be used by students.
Nous n'avons pas de toilettes. Voilà le problème vraiment le plus crucial qui nous embarrasse.
Water is also absent.
Nous manquons d'eau. Les enfants n'ont pas vraiment la possibilité de s'abreuver ici.
Roads leading to the school are deplorable, thus hectic for children who will have to challenge them daily to and fro school.
La route n'est pas facile. C'est un véritable casse-tête chinois pour atteindre Manjak.
Fear grips the people. The school calendar might not be respected regarding the present state of the school. And the ambience that usually characterizes, let's say, days before back to school, that is Saturday and Sunday, was not felt in most markets in the Mungo division of the Littoral Regional Report. And for me, Armstrong Sander visited some markets and said the atmosphere few hours to the school resumption was very low. His report.
In Lum, Jombe, Penja and Banga in the Mungo division of the Littoral region of Cameroon, market spaces are inundated by didactic materials, but buyers are absent few hours to the start of the new school here. Vendors say they sometimes spend the whole day without selling even a single school material, as parents all complain of the lack of money. Hard times that has turned most parents into admirers instead of buyers of school materials for kids.
We are here to buy, but the things are so costful, and now we don't really know what to do. The books are very, very costful. A book that was sold for 800 francs now costs mainly now is sold for 1,250 francs. It's not easy. So even something you were buying for 100 francs, you will now buy it for 200 francs. There is too much expenditure of money.
Hardship coupled with insecurity has made some parents to be skeptical about the new school here.
The prochaine rentrée scolaire, we are not sure. We are not sure. Where will the money come from that we will pay? We get it from our funds, but now that we cannot go, there is no way out.
School authorities like in Christ the King Nursery and Primary, Makinene on their part, say they have put in place adequate measures to contain the increasing number of learners, especially those coming from the northwest and southwest regions. Officials here say infrastructure needed to be boosted and security strengthened as they are attracting more new students from the conflict-hit northwest and southwest regions.
La crise anglophone,
This school official in the Mungo division say most Anglophone parents who come with children complain of the lack of finances. With uncertainty that schools will effectively begin in the conflict-hit northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon come 2nd September, the influx of Anglophone learners has created the need for more benches and increased staff strength in most schools east of the Mungo.
We now talk something else. Local entrepreneurs have engaged into a journey which seems to blossom time winds and transforming local products into different forms of consumable goods and in other forms of arts. They say the sector is promising but is in quest for necessary aids from the Ministry of Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises. More with Hemini Luga.
These products are amongst those exposed this recent years on business shelves and other business platforms. The products called Made in Cameroon have been brought to the limelight by local entrepreneurs. This lady, for instance, says Cameroon has a variety of products and quests to valorize the said products.
Parce que ici, il est question de valoriser plusieurs filières. Nous avons la filière patates, nous avons le maïs, le riz, l'igname, et même la peau de manioc, on fait de la pâtisserie.
Though yet to be consumed by a majority of Cameroonians, observers alongside a few consumers of the said products say most of these products, essentially made from natural products, are of very good quality. The food industry, for instance, today has a variety of locally manufactured products. These entrepreneurs mentioned a chain of activities which comprises of general transformation.
Au Cameroun, vous êtes sûr d'avoir le bon beurre de karité qu'on a au Cameroun. Mais quand nous voyons les difficultés logistiques, partir du nord pour le sud, avec les problèmes de route, c'est pas toujours évident.
From drinks, snacks and other attractive articles from the arts and crafts domain to cosmetics and medicine, the proposals remain outstanding. Battling for survival, the entrepreneurs reiterate their day-to-day challenges. They say with no major assistance from the Ministry of Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises, they lose values of those products.
On se rend compte que les industries locales n'ont pas encore appris à consommer ce qui vient du Cameroun.
Et vous voyez aujourd'hui que l'État a créé beaucoup de centres artisanaux au Cameroun, mais ces centres ne décollent pas juste parce qu'on ne veut pas intégrer les acteurs. Les artisans ne sont pas accompagnés et ça fait que beaucoup de valeurs disparaissent.
The sector remains promising as it awaits necessary aid to blossom.
And the football tournament that was organized by the Prime Minister has come to an end in Nzan Division, southwest region of the country. The senior divisional officer for the Nzan Division during the tournament called on sons and daughters of the division to come together and develop the municipality. More with Derijato.
Mundemba, chieftain of Nzan Division, is ending its own holidays activities with the finals of the divisional football tournament under the patronage of Chief Dr. Joseph Dion Gute, Cameroon Prime Minister and Head of Government. He is the son of this division.
We are just watching a very thrilling match between Yoro FC and Youngster FC. This tournament, which has lasted for more than 2 months, was placed under the patronage of Dr. Chief John Gute, Prime Minister, Head of Government.
Presiding over the football finals, Mr. Fowan Lawrence, the senior divisional officer for Nzan Division, used the occasion and called on the sons and daughters of this division to remember home and assist the administration in developing Nzan Division, their birthplace. And Youngster Football Club won Upper Iyoro Football Club 3 goals to 0.
That report ends this edition of the 8 p.m. bilingual newscast on Equinox Television. Thanks so much for watching. Tomorrow is another day. Until then, do have a wonderful evening. Julien B.F. Bissaye, bonne soirée à vous.
Très bonne soirée à vous, Innocent Nazé. Mesdames et messieurs, c'est la fin de cette édition bilingue du journal. Merci de votre fidélité. La rédaction centrale d'Equinoxe Télévision souhaite une bonne et heureuse rentrée scolaire à tous les élèves qui renouent demain lundi 2 septembre 2019 avec les cours. Bien le bonsoir à tous.
Oui.